Your vision is so clear. When I hear you talk about your purpose and what your goals are, it's very clear to me that you've taken the time to sit and to really clarify to yourself what you'd like to accomplish. So let's talk a bit about goal setting. What kind of goal setter are you? And how have your goals helped you, or how has the way that you've set your goals helped you to achieve them?
Well, I think that, you know, where I am now hasn't happened overnight. It's, you know, the accumulation of experience that suddenly shows you this is the way to go, you know. So it's having worked for, I've been in Morocco for 30 years. It's having done projects where I was always the first one to have the idea by coincidence, you know. When I did my first project, which CNN said that I was the pioneer in boutique hospitality in Morocco. But the chronology, it's not about bragging. It's just like when I opened my first place in 1989, there was nobody was doing the same thing. You only had big hotels. And I had the idea that if a place has an aura and a culture, you have to create a way to share the cultural heritage at a human-sized level. Because a 200-room hotel, even if it's the most fabulously five-star place, it cannot create the connection with the culture that a human-sized property can. And people thought I was out of my mind, and I wasn't out of my mind because I had this idea, and now there's 1,800 properties which can link their idea to the original, the first one, which I opened in 1989, and I had an incredible press. And this is where I had all these celebrities come. And it's true, the property was, name it, there was not one magazine in the world. You know, I had a friend who was a banker in Hong Kong, and it was before internet. He said, "Oh, even in Hong Kong, there's a story about your house," you know. And it came at a moment where my intuition it was obvious for me, you know, that people were quite frustrated when they were coming to Marrakech, which had an incredible aura, and they would leave not understanding why it was so famous. And the aura had been started by the circle of Yves Saint Laurent, but if you were not part of this circle, you had no way to live that. And I was I never met him, but I was very lucky that I had a friend here who was part of his first circle and who opened many doors for me. And I understood the legend behind Marrakech. And then I said, okay, I'm going to recreate the legend, but it will be for rent. And that's how it started. And so it was another intuition. So I do project at a small scale, totally led by intuition. This was the first project. And then I did other ones also, which were each time the first in their own field. And what I do is that I listen to people. I listen to people and try to analyze what is their dream. And if their expectations are not met, it means that it's a niche market. And then I create a product integrating all of their dreams.